is really primarily individuals who are looking to explore and express themselves in new creative ways. And this can include people of all ages who may be going through transitions, seeking deep self-understanding, or struggling with self-image and acceptance. They might be creatives, such as amateur or professional photographers, or really anyone interested in personal development through artistic expression.
Thank you for tuning into Time for You Evolve for female entrepreneurs. Remember, you have what it takes to achieve greatness. Your time is now. You're here with me, you're ready to change lives, and you're ready to change the world. Isn't it time to skip over the confusion and start creating sustainable and consistent results? We're going to pull back the curtain and start giving meaning to life in this podcast. Time for You Evolved. Hey, my name is Lisa Carmichael, and I am obsessed with everything online. It's no secret, in this crowded and highly competitive business world, we need to stand out. It's even more important at a deeper level to stand up for ourselves. I am a farm girl who grew up shy with zero confidence. If someone had suggested that I would eventually start a podcast, I would never have believed it. As a farm kid, I had the unique opportunity to embrace a holistic approach to life. All the seasons of growth were lessons that have helped me and other female entrepreneurs find success when they've been stuck and struggling. The Time for You Evolve podcast is here to help you navigate business online so you can be laser focused and help you navigate the messy and the magical in every season of your business. Pull up a seat to hear the tried and true secrets that other female entrepreneurs like you are facing, and get ready for real talk while you learn. This is the Time for You Evolved podcast. Hey there, entrepreneurs, ready to work smarter, not harder? Then you're in for a treat. Let's talk about video marketing, the smart approach that attracts, retains, and converts faster than any other strategy out there. Hey, I get it. Video marketing can be daunting. You know, you should be doing it, but you're not quite ready to take that leap, or you're frustrated because you're not looking like a pro. Hey, I get it. Who can blame you? Creating videos can be frustrating, time-consuming, and downright intimidating. That's where Big View comes in. It's the solution for your frustration. With Big View, you can create professional videos with ease thanks to its teleprompter app. I've been using Big View for years. Did you know that? Big View is an app that has saved me a lot of time and hassle. The app makes it easy to create professional looking videos. It's an online teleprompter that allows the presenter to keep eye contact with the camera while reading the text they need to speak. Using a teleprompter app allows the reader to sound natural without cue cards or notes to fumble or looking down while you're speaking. And the best part is that Big View allows you to focus on your performance and delivery so your confidence shines through. You get to keep eye contact with the camera while you're reading your script. Whether you're a marketer, a blogger, a trainer, a freelancer, a publisher, or business owner, Big View is designed with you in mind. If you're ready to take your video marketing game to the next level, click on the Big View link on my website, lisarcarmichael.com/bigview. Join me and be the best presenter you can be and learn how to make great presentations. And that's lisarcarmichael.com/bigview. I am so honored and grateful to have our guest with us today, Shannon O'Malley, who is a Twin Cities natural light portrait artist and self-portrait educator. So as all of us ambitious female entrepreneurs, we know that we need to have our face out there, but sometimes it's really hard. And I love the work that Shannon is doing with her business to help women find themselves, help
anyone find themselves. And she's doing that through photography by capturing timeless masterpieces and evoking emotion and provoking self-esteem. So, welcome, Shannon. I'm so grateful to have you with me today. If you wouldn't mind, would you take a moment and just reintroduce yourself and share
Yes.
with our listeners a little bit more about you in your own words?
Yes. So, like you said, I'm Shannon of Shannon Kathleen Photography. And yeah, born and raised in Minnesota. I've lived elsewhere. I've been a single mom, raised my son all on my own. He'll be 20 this October. And I started getting into photography when he was young, maybe a few months old, actually. But it really didn't start to kick into place for me until we were living in Colorado on a buffalo ranch, and just the landscape really inspired me. And then when we moved back from Colorado is when I really started getting into more portraits of people. And yeah, I just really fell in love with that and never knew I had this creativity inside of me.
Oh, I'm sure when nature gives you beauty like that, it's hard to
Yeah,
walk away.
totally, totally.
My understanding is you started this maybe as a hobby and
Yes.
then you pivoted into a business. How did that happen?
Yeah. So again, we were living in Colorado. I was engaged. And shortly after I had gotten engaged, we moved, my son and we moved out to Colorado. And within a few months after being there, things pretty escalated actually pretty quickly. Ended up being a very emotionally and verbally abusive relationship. And so I had up and left my job as I had a medical career as a certified medical assistant. And I had up and left my job. We upped and left, moved from Minnesota to Colorado. This all happened. And so we moved back to Minnesota. I had to remove my son and I from that situation. And I needed, I needed something. I was able to hop back into my medical career, but I also had this newfound love of photography. So my coworkers encouraged me to start a business. And so basically, it started with taking photos of their families. And that just, I never wanted to stop. It was a weekend job for me. And I shouldn't even say job because it wasn't a job. It was a creative outlet and a way for me to engage with people. So that's how I really pivoted into a business.
I love that. I grew up with my mother having a camera in her hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so and I still never got used to it. But I love how people have evolved on their journeys as being female entrepreneurs, that it starts in one place and you never expect it to turn up as it does.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I should maybe rewind a little bit and say, obviously I picked up a camera for the first time because of my child. I wanted to document those
Mm,
moments and remember him in these little snapshots for life because it all happens so quickly. They grow up so fast.
they do. They do. What was your first camera?
Gosh, it was actually just a small little Canon point and shoot camera. I honestly don't even know um, what it was called because I wasn't really paying attention to it then. But once I got my first like digital camera, it was a Nikon D5100.
I love it.
And
You know,
yes, I loved that thing so much. It was an older camera. Um, there's crop sensors and full sensors. The crop sensors don't give you the full view of what you can see and take an image of. But I was able to utilize that thing and push its limits, and I loved it.
now you're like way over my head.
Yep. That's exactly. So
I'm just
I won't go too far.
good, good. It really is a language in itself, understanding photography from
It is.
the lighting to the unit that you use to the settings, all of it.
Right. The subjects, everything. Yeah.
What's changed between that first camera and maybe even your perspective of taking your kids' photos versus taking other people's photos?
Yeah. So it's different. So yeah, that was a transition because my son, it's just it's a natural environment. It's really more of like documentary where I'm documenting things. And then getting people in front of my camera and taking their photos, it was a learning experience to educate my clients like, hey, we don't need to just stand there and smile. Let's interact, let's play, let's document the love that you have for each other, and more natural, like the capturing the husband putting the wife's hair behind her ear, or the child kissing mom on the cheek, capturing those moments that you want to remember for life. So yeah, it was a learning experience to educate my clients on how to be in front of the camera.
Oh, right. Because when I have my photo taken, I was just thinking like it's not like looking in the mirror, right? Because you're
Right.
not seeing the same person being photographed. And what you're doing is you're pulling out that personality. And when you look at the photos of yourself that someone has taken, you're you may not see the personality that the photographer saw. Or we have these like images of ourselves
Yes.
that you're capturing. And
Correct.
that's scary.
Yes, it is scary. It really is. It's being very vulnerable because vulnerability can be scary.
Why do you think that is? That women especially, they don't like having their photos taken? What
I
have
mean,
you seen? Even sorry to interrupt you, but even in your own experience,
mhm.
what have you noticed?
Women, we tend to be, and it's just the whole, yeah, what women are from Mars, men are from Venus. We are born with this. We deeply care about how we look and feel. I don't know if it has anything to do with, the magazines and, having these beautiful models, perhaps, or the actors and actresses. I don't know if it's that, but it's just we as women, it's so easy for us to get wrapped up in these identities that are either given to us or that we give to ourselves, like motherhood, being a wife, a sister, a daughter, where we get so wrapped up in that we really kind of forget about ourselves, because I think as women we're very giving individuals, people pleasers, maybe, and it's just hard to remember ourselves. And so I think when we get a picture taken of ourselves, it's almost like, well, who is that? I don't recognize that person. I don't like how I look. And really, a lot of when we're saying that about ourselves, when we look at an image of ourselves, there's something more inside, that we're not happy with. So that's where some, self-reflection will come into play to really try to, accept yourself.
Right. I think we're busy doing that comparison to the magazines, and
Yeah.
now with Instagram, people are creating a lot of things of beauty.
Yeah.
And if you're pulling out the personality of the person that you're photographing, it does almost create a different identity. Like you're in that shoot with the person, and I'm sure they're nervous
Yes,
and they're looking for perfection of themselves and they're judging themselves throughout that.
right,
And then some kind of transition happens, obviously, because they at some point they have to let go
right.
and let
Exactly.
you lead.
Correct. And really, what I try to do when I'm leading my clients is not only allow the space for them to feel comfortable, but when you're with your family, when you're with your loved ones, it's so much easier to be yourself and just let those moments
Mhm.
happen. Whereas if you are by yourself, often like my high school seniors are, but they're younger, they haven't gotten lost in their identities quite yet. They're trying to find one. So that's a different story, but it is more of us older women, younger or older women that are in families or have our own businesses and whatnot. Whereas, when you are with your loved ones, it's so much easier just to be yourself. And that's what I like to allow the space for and encourage them. Just lay down on this blanket with your family, hug your kids, kiss your husband, hold their hands, look in each other's eyes, remember that moment you first met, just those types of prompts for them.
And that is such a gift that you're giving them because you're getting into their space.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, being that I do self portraits, doing that has allowed me to, we'll get into that, I'm sure, here, but I get it. Like, I know what it's like to be in front of the camera. It is very vulnerable and uncomfortable, and you don't know what to do or how to act. But just having that experience and informing and educating my clients just to be, just be, just start where you are, be where you are, be with who you're with. And I'm okay with that. I don't need you to be perfect. You're perfect just the way you are.
I love it. I feel like that's your secret, that eventually they relax.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Everybody is always more nervous within the first 10 to 15 minutes, but I allow more time, for my sessions because I allow for that. I expect that to be.
Mhm.
And then the magic starts to happen. They start to just break down those barriers and feel more comfortable.
I think that's really important to share because we are in a society of always feeling judged. And you go into a portrait studio and you're paying someone to take your picture, and you're almost feeling like, oh, this photographer must have an expectation of me because I must be beautiful that I want my photo taken.
Yeah.
And I think people forget the photographers are just like anyone else. And even though we don't want to call it a job, we have to find a way to make people feel comfortable and just to work that muscle. Before we jump ahead on the self portrait conversation, I would love to give you a little more credibility for the work that you've done. You've been in the Twin Cities taking pictures. Tell us a little bit more about Shannon.
So, yes, I've been in business in the Twin Cities for 11 years. And I, again, was more of a side gig for me. It was a creative outlet and a way for me to engage with others and help others express themselves. But I worked full time. I worked full time as a certified medical assistant. I had my career for nearly 25 years. And I decided to walk away from that medical career. Gosh, it's coming up on 3 years ago now. I had met my husband almost 6 years ago, and we've been married for almost 3 years now. And I was finally in a position after being a single mom and being in a, gosh, really just go mode. I was in survival mode for so long. And so I was finally in a position where I could walk away from that medical career and give my photography business a go full time. So I did that. I left my career and I began to focus on my photography full time. And so that's allowed me to dive even deeper into the depths of myself and what I'm capable of and what it's truly like to run a business full time. There's really a lot that goes into it, and I'm just pretty damn proud of myself. It's again, it's just really learning so many more facets of myself and again, what I'm capable of in being able to run this business. And now, yeah, basically running two businesses because I have my portrait photography business and my educator side as well. So now I'm kind of expanding and yeah, learning how to run two businesses.
I love that you've learned a skill and you've taken that skill and you want to help other people. So
Absolutely.
how has that transition been going for you?
It's been very interesting, Lisa. I it's a balance. And so that's really what it's all about is balance. And I'm learning how to, because I have to be marketing for not only my portrait business for clients, but also as the educator side. And they're two different ideal clients, right? So it's learning how to do that. And that's been actually more fun than I thought it would be. I've always hated to put myself out there and market myself, but I'm actually enjoying the process and it's just all a learning process. But I think it's going really well.
I've always had that balance has always been a goal of mine, even though people say, balance is like a misconception, but I think we will always strive for it no matter what.
I agree. I really agree. Yeah, I think I've heard different ideas on balance as well, but I feel for me personally, feeling like I have a handle on these different jobs basically is important to me.
What is it that gives you that feeling that you have a handle?
I've first of all, what I try to do is just remain calm. And I've always had the perception and the idea and the mantra that everything happens for a reason and everything happens in timing when it's supposed to happen. And that no matter what, the universe has my back. So I always keep that in mind. And I personally feel like things feel balanced and that things are working for me because I'm getting the interest in my photography. I'm getting the bookings in my photography business with clients. And opportunities are arising on the educator side of my business where I'm working on launching this course and I've been asked to be a speaker at a photography retreat this summer. I've been asked to be another speaker for this free photography business masterclass coming up in a couple of weeks. So then I had that coming up. And I've been offered to be on your podcast. So there's just all these different opportunities arising that make me feel like I'm being like that I feel successful. I feel like I'm on the right path.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so impressive to be able to share with others what you've learned, because there's a lot of technical skills that, like we talked about, go along with photography. And now you're sharing the technical skills. Is that how that's evolving for you?
So I'm a self-taught photographer. I've never taken any classes on how to use a camera or how to take a picture. Everything was, I just picked it up, self-learner. And so, and I enjoy that. I really like to do things on my own. I'm just ambitious that way. But as learning how to run my business, I was flying by the seat of my pants for many years because it was a side gig for me and because I was a self-taught photographer. I just started a business, threw my name out there, created a website, and would get paying clients, right? But eventually, starting a couple of years ago, when I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a go full time, I needed to learn how to run my business. I needed to learn how to be in my business. So I did actually take a course, and I found that very beneficial. It was a photographer's mastermind course on how to run your business and how to market. And so I think that's important, that learning the whole business side of things, because there's more than just picking up the camera, taking the picture, editing them, and delivering the pictures. You need to know how to email and all the CRM things to automatically email your clients back and everything. So there's so much more that goes into it. So I think really learning how to run your business is important. But me teaching the technical aspects of photography, not so much, because I am a self-taught photographer. I know how to use my camera and adjust my settings for what I like.
Mhm.
And I think every photographer has their own view of their art form. So I don't personally feel like, hey, you have to use these settings in order to create this kind of photo. That's not really what I teach. I teach more the art form of self-portraiture and how to get yourself in front of that camera.
You've used more of an intuition with.
Yes. Yes. Bingo, Lisa.
How
Bingo.
does that help when someone is trying to do some of their own self portraits?
Yeah. So really, as someone is, you know, looking to get in front of the camera and take their own self portraits, I personally try to teach them first, make sure you have everything that you need, because you do need to have a camera or a cell phone, and you need something to hold it up. You need a tripod. You need to understand lighting. Go towards a door, go towards a window. You want to be lit up. So I teach them those technical things first. But yeah, getting someone that, if they're looking to dive deeper into, truly wanting to master the art of self-portraiture, really, I would recommend that they understand that it's not just an artistic expression of personal growth, but really it's a way to kind of confront and overcome your insecurities and celebrate, your uniqueness through the lens, and just really starting from where they are. Just put one foot in front of the other. just
Mm. Mhm.
just start. Just start with a picture. My first self-portrait was a real up close shot of my face, and then I learned that I don't need to be that close to the camera. I can actually be away from the camera, and I don't even have to look at the camera. Most of my self-portraits, people will notice that you either don't see my face, I'm looking away, I'm looking down, part of my face is covered. And I do that on purpose because it helps you feel more comfortable in front of the camera. What I noticed in myself and what I want others to recognizes that it's not about capturing the perfect image. It's really just capturing the essence of yourself and telling your story.
As you're building your business, you're creating courses, why do you feel it's important for someone to have that self portrait?
Yes. To carry on your legacy. Honestly, I mean, in simple terms, it's to carry on your legacy because your story is important too. Yes, our family is important and our children are important, but we're very important and our stories are worth telling. And having that photo of ourselves for our kids and our grandkids and whatnot, that's that's really important.
And especially with post pandemic, a lot
Yes,
of people are working from home and they are working in the digital world. And we need to let people know that there is a real person behind
abs
that keyboard.
absolutely. Yes, yes. So being able to have that genuine, authentic image of yourself to show people that, hey, yeah, I'm a real person. I might have my own struggles. I have a story. We all have a story, but we are all united in that way where, we all have our past. We all have our problems and insecurities but I'm just going to put myself out there anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of busted my myth of when I take self portraits of myself, I play the numbers game and I'm using my remote and I'm click, 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 click a million times. And then I'm spending way more time looking at all the different clicks. Like, okay, my cheek was this way, my teeth were showing this way.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is if you set it up correctly, you don't have to take 1,000 photos to find the perfect one of yourself.
Well, that's true. Although, when I take my self portraits, I may take 20, 30 of them and only want to use maybe one, two, or three of them. So it is a journey and it is a process to kind of, yeah, figure out your right angles, your facial expressions. Lighting is super important to making sure you're well lit, that your eyes are well lit, as if your eyes are going to be seen. But I very often set myself up adjacent to a door or window or directly in front of a door or window to make sure I'm well lit, because that's where that starts, is the lighting. And then if you are wanting to tell a story with your image, depending on what emotions you want to convey, or if you want to smile, yeah, and it's just figuring out that genuine smile. And I think a lot of that starts with being comfortable, with yourself too, depending on the camera that you're using, or if you're using a phone app or something where you can actually see yourself as you're taking the photo. Some people have the ability on the back of their camera to kind of see themselves. It's just being okay with looking in your own eyes.
In your expert opinion, how often do you recommend taking portraits as a family and as a self portrait? And that
You
might
know,
be two different.
Yeah, that I would say that is two different things. I think as a family, I think yearly photos are so important because everybody in your family changes so fast, especially our children. If you are a couple, I would say, maybe at least every few years, because just to keep that spark alive, document that love, it's amazing how we can look back. I'm looking over to my right because I'm looking at a picture of my husband and I from before we got married. But just the way we look at each other, it can be so easy to forget, I guess, that spark between you and your loved one. So, and then for self portraits, I think as a practice, once a month, Really, or once every few months, I think is a minimum. Because I started with this 365-day photo project where it was a different theme every day, but a self-portrait was once a month. And that's what got me into taking the self portraits. And that was a comfortable place for me to start. There was no way I was going to be ready to start it every single day for an entire month. But once a month, once every few months, I think it's important to give yourself that space and that time to really get to know yourself.
Interesting. If you're listening to the podcast, you wouldn't have seen my jaw drop. I almost fell out of my seat. Once a month. I thought for sure Shannon was going to say at least yearly.
Oh, yeah.
And that just confirms whenever someone is offering a photo or wants to take portraits of you, if you're at a networking meeting or anything, grab that opportunity, put your lipstick on, and get in front of the camera. You're not only promoting your business, but you're promoting somebody else's business. We are in a world of building partnerships, of building collaborations, and we're helping each other. If we can it's not about us having our photo taken, but it's helping Shannon with her business or whoever is taking the photo. Maybe that would help alleviate some of that. Oh my gosh, I don't like seeing myself on print.
Right. I came across this sentence, this statement in a book I was reading last night, actually, and it hit me profoundly, where it said something to the effect that, I always thought I wanted to be loved and admired. But it turns out, while that is true, it turns out I really discovered a desire to truly be known and understood. And I think that relates into photography in the way of, the photo of ourselves, of your family. It's not, yes, of course, you want to remember to be loved and admired, but we all have this innate desire to be truly understood. The photographs of ourselves can help people do that. It can help if I see a photograph of you, Lisa, and I'm constantly seeing you out there. It really helps me to get to know you and understand you instead of, oh, look how beautiful she looks. It's more like, okay, I'm really getting to know you and I'm really understanding you. And we all want that. We all want to be seen and heard and understood.
We do, because that trust level grows the more
Mm.
we see somebody and the more we almost like them in
Yes.
order to trust them. When we're working from home as a solo entrepreneur, it can feel pretty lonely. You want people to see you and know that you are working as hard as you are.
Yes, exactly. And that also ties into the whole self-portraiture. If any photographers out there are listening, where you are acknowledging yourself, you are seeing yourself, you are understanding yourself. And there is really something amazing that happens when you start to really see and acknowledge yourself.
Mhm.
Yes, it's
Yep.
important to have other people understand and see you too, but if you really see yourself, you can really start to see others as well.
I love that because what you're doing is you're just being open and vulnerable, allowing other people to see you who you really are.
Yes.
And they're not going to see you as you see yourself because they have their own mind. They're going to be thinking different thoughts. That's really important. I took your self portrait freebie that you offered on your website. I loved it. And it's a video that goes through the steps. Can you just kind of highlight what you'd like to share about that?
Yes. Yeah. So that was how to take your headshot.
Yes.
Yep. So that, yes, I have that as a freebie. And Really, what that does is it encourages anyone, honestly. You don't have to be a photographer, you don't have to have a fancy camera. You can use a cell phone if you would like. But again, it's really finding that important light. So, what this video that I send you and you sign up for it is you get a stream of tips in how to set up your camera or your phone and where to set it up, paying attention, to the background and facial expressions, and just really helps you kind of get that starting point of how do I take my own headshot?
It's really good information. So I enjoyed it, and I'm sure our listeners will enjoy watching that as well.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed that, Lisa, and found it helpful. Thank you.
Have you had any learning experiences on your journey that you'd be open to sharing?
The biggest learning experience for me was, just navigating the complex roles of really being a single mom and, the daughter, sister, friend, all of that. And stepping in front of the camera just really became a space where I could completely be myself without all of those labels imposed on me by others and myself. So it really was the practice of self portraits really just didn't help me become more comfortable with like my appearance and my self doubts and self judgments and all of that, but it really helped me understand and articulate deeper parts of myself. Like I said before, like I always thought I wanted to be loved and admired, but really I just discovered a desire to truly be known and understood. And the self portraits really gave me the voice and visibility to do that. It allowed me to see and hear myself in ways I hadn't before and to share that authenticity with the world. It allowed me to see that little girl inside of me that always longed for that recognition and to be understood. And that really was a huge lesson for me to be able to see myself in that way and to
Thanks for sharing that. I know you also had a tough journey being a single parent and then deciding this is something I want to do. I love your curious mindset. I can tell the work that you've put into self help. I would love for people to find you.
people can find me on Instagram, and that is my handle for that is my first name, which is Shannon, Shannon underscore Kathleen Photography, all squished together. Additionally, on my website, I have a tools and resources page where not only can people find the how to take your own headshots, but there's a plethora of other material design to enhance photography skills and enrich someone's personal journey. It is
Mhm.
shannonkathleen.photography.com/resources.
There's a ton of resources that Shannon's put together for guidance when it comes to photography.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just all about hopping on there, pick your path, and sign up for immediate access to whatever it is that you would like the how to take your own headshots. And I would say, yeah, if anybody here found today's talk enlightening, I would like to share those resources with them if they think they could benefit from them. So yeah, they could find them at that website.
Thank
Yes,
you, Shannon. I really appreciate you joining here today.
of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon O'Malley, for sharing everything that you love about photography. And listeners, I don't want you to be afraid of that headshot. If you want to take your own headshot, Shannon has something for you on her website. Grab it. It's at shannonkathleen.photography.com. How to create your own headshot. Update those headshots. It's so important for your business. It's so important for everyone to see who's been working behind your computer. Let your personality shine through.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Time for You for Female Entrepreneurs. If you loved this episode as much as I did, head on over and rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. New episodes drop every week, and if you want to support the show, leaving a review goes a long way. A special shout out to our amazing partners and sponsors. Their support allows us to continue bringing you engaging content every week. And with that, a big thank you. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you're ready to supercharge your email marketing and automation game, look no further than my favorite autoresponder, Active Campaign. It's the ultimate all-in-one platform designed to turn your contacts into customers and your customers into loyal advocates. Imagine having a tool that not only understands your customers, but anticipates their needs. That's what Active Campaign does. With its powerful customer experience automation, you can create personalized journeys that nurture leads, drive sales, and build lasting relationships. The biggest reason I chose Active Campaign after trying other autoresponders is because I wanted to make sure my emails were being delivered and not going into spam. I need to know that my emails actually get to the people I'm emailing so that I have good engagement rates, response rates, and click-through rates on every email I create. Then I can have peace of mind that what I send out about my blog posts or upcoming events gets delivered and that people get to read what I write. And since it's just me, using Active Campaign saves me a bunch of time because I've been setting up automations that I can just drag and drop, allowing me to save hours of time. Not only have their pre-built automations and integrations saved me time, I'm able to power a personalized marketing plan throughout the customer's life cycle. In the end, I really want to personalize my message and make sure that each person is getting a unique email tailored to them because I don't want to be sending bulk cookie cutter emails. I want to make sure that my customers and community is getting things that are tailored to them as much as I can. Email marketing doesn't have to be crazy where you're not just pushing information. Active Campaign teaches you how to be pulling information as well. I appreciate the value I've received from Active Campaign when it comes to creating and managing email campaigns. The support through webinars, live chats, and live study halls have been very helpful in maximizing their platform and a great alternative to those other email services I've tried in the past. Active Campaign allows me to build a business without relying on advertising. It has simplified my marketing processes, saving me time, which allows me to focus on what I do best, serving my customers. Whether you're a small business or just starting or a seasoned entrepreneur, Active Campaign scales to meet your needs and grows with you. If you're ready to up your marketing game, go to my website, lisarcarmichael.com/activecampaign. That's my partner link, and sign up for a free trial. Experience firsthand the power of Active Campaign and take your marketing to a new level. Don't miss out. Stay ahead and stay automated with Active Campaign. Go to lisarcarmichael.com/activecampaign for your free trial. Hi friends. Today let's have a heart-to-heart about something that's been a significant part of my life, skincare. As a busy female entrepreneur, I need a skincare routine that's quick, easy, and super effective. Turning 60 didn't bother me because I've been taking care of my skin every day for 20 plus years. I didn't always, but I'm glad I did start when I did. Let's fast forward to 1 year ago, and let me tell you about a game changer for me. I stumbled across my secret weapon, Droplet. Droplet is not your typical skincare company. It's a revolutionary approach that delivers personalized monthly skincare subscriptions tailored to your specific skin type. The magic lies in the Droplet Micro Infuser, a device that creates microscopic droplets from formulated capsules, expelling them at a high velocity to infuse ultra-concentrated active ingredients deep into your skin. Now, I'm a self-proclaimed skincare junkie. I've tried it all, from serums to spa treatments, and even once selling a natural body care line. So when I heard about Droplet, I knew I had to give it a shot. I can confidently say it's made a remarkable difference in my skin and my routine. The Droplet Skincare Micro Mist Infusing Device is a game changer. It uses a gentle mist to penetrate ingredients 20 times deeper through micro mist technology. It works with formulated capsules similar to an espresso machine, allowing you to infuse the treatments that are right for you into, not just onto, your skin. Here's how Droplet works. Choose your serum, collagen, retinol, glycolic acid, or maybe a lip plumper. Insert the capsule, hold the device to your face, and press the button. A fine mist of the serum is released onto your skin, targeting your face, your neck, chest, anywhere you want to focus on. These misting capsules have transformed my skincare routine. The results are incredible, from increased resilience to fading hyperpigmentation. Why do I love Droplet? It's quick, easy, and the capsules are recyclable. No cleanup, no hassle. And here's the bonus. Droplet's formulas are clinical strength, dermatologist recommended, cruelty-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, gluten-free, soy-free, fragrance-free, and vegan-free. It's a skincare lover's dream. If you're looking to level up your skincare routine and evolve beyond the basics, Droplet is your answer. Plus, they offer free skin consultations with their estheticians to address your skin concerns. Investing in a good skincare routine and self-care is crucial for any woman, especially us busy entrepreneurs. First impressions matter, and you want to put your best face forward. It's time to evolve and embrace the next level of skincare. Head over to the Droplet link on my website today, where you can start your own personalized Droplet routine. Here's to glowing, radiant, and fiercely beautiful you, no matter what age you are. Go to lisarcarmichael.com/droplet.